Hello and welcome back to the Betting Odds Show, where we'll give you the best betting content going and we'll give you the free best bets for the biggest games in football. I'm joined by our very own Flutter Flirt, Mr. Anton. Anton, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, Charlie. Not so bad.
Good man. I wanted to start off this week with giving away a £20 free bet thanks to our friends at Paddy Power. All you've got to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel and comment on this video with your best bet for the Man City versus Liverpool game. Anton will give us his free tips later on in the video. Starting off, Anton, we had another winner last night.
Yeah, we had a nice winner last night, Charlie, on the Man United game. We had United to win and under 3.5 goals, and that was at 11-8 with Betfair. And United actually were backed off the boards last night when team news came in with how Brighton only had Connolly up front on his own with Maupay on the bench. And I think the 11-8 that we got was a fantastic price because with most firms that actually went off odds on for United to win and under 3.5 goals. So we certainly got the value there.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done getting that value early. We're doing well. We had a Monday night winner as well. Callum Pragnell tipped up Jordan Ayew to have a shot on target and James Tartowski to be booked. That was 5-1. So we've now had 5 winners in a row, 5 winners in 5 days. If you had a tenner on each of those, you've had £175. So we're hoping to carry on doing well for our next game for Man City versus Liverpool. But we've got to start. United were pretty impressive last night, didn't you think?
They were, and United fans get carried away very easily, Charlie. We know this, and they can have a couple of good games and they'll all back them to win the league next year. Twitter erupts and everything like that. But I do believe it's the best they've been in a long time. And some of the play from them and how comfortable they were. They look like a team who really know what they're doing now under Solskjaer. And those options they've got going forward. I mean, Greenwood's stats when he's played on the right wing as such, on the right side of the front three, are phenomenal. And to be honest, I think they are going to get top 4 this season.
Yeah, I was looking. I think you can get Greenwood at 3-1 to be in the England Euro squad, which could be a great bet. Talking of top 4, in February they drew 0-0 to Wolves and they were 10-1 for the top 4. They're now odds on. Chelsea 2-7, given a 75% chance. Leicester been given a 62% chance, and Wolves, who are unbeaten in 6, they've won 3 in a row. They're 9-2. Where do you think the value is for the top 4?
Well, at the time of recording this, Charlie, we know that Leicester have got a huge game against Everton this evening and West Ham are away at Chelsea. And I think United winning last night only puts more pressure on both of those. And it wouldn't surprise me to see both of them shortening the market a little bit because of that. However, I've had a look at the fixtures for the remaining games. And Man United's last 2 games are Chelsea and Leicester. And I think it's going to come down to those games. United have got a bit of ground to make up on Leicester and Chelsea at the moment. Let's have a look at that gap. That gap from United to Leicester is 3 points, but Leicester have a game in hand, so that could be 6th after tonight. But at even money, and what I've seen from United so far in comparison to Leicester, who have been really disappointed with in the games since the restart, I'd be taking United at evens to finish in the top 4 there.
Yeah, it all correlates with Bruno Fernandes. He looks different class. But Leicester, they've got a big head tonight. But I actually like the 13-10 for them to finish outside the top 4. So it's going to lead for a fascinating end to the season, which you can't write about. But let's steam into the big one. Man City versus Liverpool. Firstly, I'm a bit gutted that this game isn't... Liverpool have won the title and this game isn't still got something to play for with City ruining their party, because I think it would have been even better. But Anton, could you tell us about a piece you've done for betting odds in terms of Man City being odds against at home?
Yeah, so I saw that Man City were priced odds against, which is above evens for anyone who doesn't know. I saw that they were priced odds against at 11-10 to win against Liverpool on Thursday night. And it got me thinking, when was the last time at home at the Etihad that Manchester City were priced bigger than evens? And I had a look back through, Charlie, and it's actually 3.5 years nearly since that happened. And that was January 2017. the day after Trump had been inaugurated, and Ed Sheeran had just been at the number one for 13 weeks with Shape of You.
True.
But 90 games City have gone without being odds on at home. I think in that time they've only lost 8 of those, 3 coming to Man United. There's 1 in there to Liverpool, 1 to Basel and Lyon in the Champions League, and then they've had defeats to Crystal Palace and Wolves, I think, at home as well. But it says something about the style of play and how good they've been over the last few years, doesn't it, about Manchester City? Because they were in fact 5th in the league on that game in 2017 where they were odds against, and that was against Tottenham. It was 2-2 at the Etihad. But I think we could be seeing a bit of a change here with Liverpool winning the league this season and Man United and Chelsea rapidly improving at the end of this season. I think City's odds against the top 6 might be a little bit bigger next season than they have been in the past few.
Okay, yeah, nice. Check that piece out on betodds.com. It's a good read. And yeah, we spoke a bit before about how these two teams are going to set up. Liverpool wrapped up the title. City have kind of got the FA Cup and Champions League. But how do you think the teams will line up and lead us into your 3 tips for the game?
Yeah, so we've all mentioned, Charlie, that this was built to be the game where Liverpool would claim the title at the Etihad, and it'd be some big battle, and all is not lost on that front, because I still think it's going to be an absolute cracker of a game. You've got City, you've got to give them a guard of honour beforehand to add a little bit of spice in there, and Guardiola will not want to be embarrassed by Liverpool or anything here. Klopp will want to throw down that gauntlet for next season. I think there's going to be goals. I think there's going to be cards. It'll be a feisty one. And having a look, both teams to score is actually 4-9 with some bookmakers, incredibly short that, which kind of says how they're expecting goals here. Both teams to score has landed in the last 3. But in terms of the result, I wouldn't be rushing to back City at favourites at 11-10. I think they'll even go evens in some places. And for me, I'm avoiding the result. And for my first bet, I'm going for Mane and Sterling, both to have a shot on target. And I've been having a look around at the prices, and it's 13-10 with Coral, and we've got 2-1 here from Betfair for Sterling and Mane to have a shot on target. Sterling's averaging 2.9 shots per game. Of those, 1.0, one shot per game is going on target. Mane, highly accurate. 50% of his shots in the league this season have been on target. Compare that to Salah, who's down at 42%. But I think that this is an excellent price at 2-1. Betfair have boosted it from 7-4. And I think there's going to be plenty of chances in the game. And at 2-1, Sterling and Mane to have a shot on target. That's our main bet for the evening.
Yeah, nice. I think Sterling, he's going to have to give a guard of honour to his ex-team. He's going to, Gomez, who he had a ruck with in England, he's going to have a point to prove. And like you said, both teams are going to want to make a statement ahead of next season. Mane, again, he's got previous with City and Edison, so I like that.
And my second one I'm going for, Charlie, Trent Alexander-Arnold to have 1 or more shots on target. He's actually had 39 shots in the league this season. There's only Salah, Mane and Firmino who've had more shots than him at Liverpool all seasons. So that really does say something about him and their midfield and the kind of role that they're playing, feeding the front three. But on set pieces, we saw him score a free kick the other day. I can see Liverpool playing on the break here and Man City giving fouls away. And for that reason, at 3-1, boosted from 5-2, I'm having a bit of Trent to have 1 shot on target. 3-1, that is.
Yeah, there's going to be tackles flying, and his free kick looked good the other night. Like it.
The final selection, Charlie, and this is a big 66-1. It's got 3 elements to it. The first bit is Kevin De Bruyne to have 2 or more shots on target. This is 4-1 as a single, so it's really boosting the odds up in our same game multi. And he's actually had, in his last 3 starts, he's had 11 shots, 5 of those being on target. He's on free kicks, he's on penalties at the moment, and he's averaging just under 3 shots per game. So it's Kevin De Bruyne to have 2 or more on target. second part of this same game multi is Salah to score. And I feel it's a decent price here at 15-8. Again, penalty taker for his team. He always like to have him on side. He's averaging more shots than anyone else at Liverpool, unsurprisingly. I've mentioned before, I see there being plenty of chances and goals this one, so that's Salah to get on the score sheet. The final part of the same game multi, Charlie, is Rodrigo, some like to call him Rodri for others. I'm going for him to be carded. And I've backed this one a few times lately and it's not landed, and I think this is the time it drops. I've mentioned it's going to be a feisty one. I think there's no Fernandinho either. He's a bulldozer, loves a cynical little foul. He's been booked more times than anyone at City this season. So you've got De Bruyne, 2 shots on target, Salah to score, and Rodri to be carded 66-1 with Paddy Power. That's as short as 28-1 with Coral. So I think for a bit of interest, a small stakes punt, that's a good bet for this one.
Like it, Anton. Sounds good. 3 good bets there. It's a big game. We're really looking forward to it. Remember, you can win a £20 free bet if you subscribe and comment with your best bet for the game. Enjoy it and bet responsibly. See you later.